Hi, I'm Jessica, a Central Indiana Realtor and founder of Barton Realty, powered by Keller Williams. Today, I wanted to just take a couple of minutes to talk about a really important topic that is related to real estate, and that is HOAs. I know what you're thinking, another acronym dealing with real estate that you have to learn all about, but trust me, this one is really important. HOAs, or homeowners associations, are organizations that help maintain and govern a residential community. They're kind of like hall monitors, but with way more power and way less wedgies. Okay, that was a bad joke. I'm sure it won't be the last one I tell today, but that one was pretty bad. While you're catching your breath from laughing at that hysterical joke, be sure you go give this video a like. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's get back to HOAs. HOAs can provide a lot of benefits, like ensuring your neighborhood is well maintained and organized, providing amenities like a pool or a clubhouse. But they also come with fees, rules, and regulations that can impact how you use your property and get to enjoy it in the future. And to be honest, HOAs aren't for every home buyer. It's important to learn about them so that you know whether it's the right fit for you and your needs. So whether you're a first-time home buyer or a seasoned pro, it's important to understand HOAs and how they could impact a property you're considering buying in the future. In the next few sections, we'll cover the pros and cons of HOAs, how to research them, what to look for in an HOA, and some final thoughts and recommendations. So grab your coffee or tea, get cozy, and let's dive in. If you are a first-time home buyer, you may not even know what an HOA is. So let's go ahead and start with the basics first. In general terms, a homeowners association is an organization that manages and governs a community of properties. HOAs are typically made up of a board of directors who are responsible for enforcing the community rules and regulations, maintaining the common areas, and collecting fees from residents to cover the cost of the services. While not all properties have an HOA, many newer developments do. So if you're considering purchasing a property in a newer community, it's important to understand what an HOA is and how it can affect your experience as a homeowner. One of the primary functions of an HOA is to maintain the community's common areas, such as parks, playgrounds, and swimming pools. The HOA is responsible for the upkeep in those areas, which can include things like landscaping, repairs, and cleaning. By doing so, the HOA helps to ensure that the community remains attractive and well-maintained. Another key function of an HOA is to enforce rules and regulations within the community. These rules can cover a wide range of topics, including noise level, pet ownership, parking restrictions, and more. While some homeowners may find these rules to be too restrictive, you know who you are, you rebels. They can also maintain property values and create a more cohesive and harmonious community. In the next section of the video, we're going to discuss the pros and cons of living in a property with an HOA, so you can make an informed decision when purchasing your next home. All right, so now that we've covered the basics of what an HOA is, let's dive into the pros and cons of living in a property with an HOA. Understanding these factors can help you make a more informed decision when purchasing a new home. If you can handle the rules, also known as the covenants, conditions, and restrictions, or CCRs, there are a lot of things that come along with HOAs that are pros. Let's talk about some of those advantages. One of the main advantages to living in a property with an HOA is the quality of property maintenance. The HOA is responsible for ensuring that the community's common areas and amenities are well maintained and in good condition. This can include landscaping, repairs, and cleaning of shared areas. Additionally, HOAs can help to maintain property values by enforcing rules and regulations that keep the community looking attractive. Another advantage of living in an HOA community is access to amenities. Many HOA communities offer shared amenities like swimming pools, fitness centers, parks, and playgrounds. These amenities can be expensive to maintain and operate for individual homeowners, but with an HOA, the cost is shared among all the residents. On the flip side of that, there are some disadvantages associated with HOAs. One of the main disadvantages to living in a property with an HOA is the potential for restrictive rules and regulations. While rules can help to maintain property values and create a more harmonious community, they can also feel overly restrictive to some homeowners. For example, some HOAs may prohibit certain types of landscaping, limit the number of cars you can have parked in your driveway, or restrict you from parking on the street at all. And they can also restrict you from certain types of exterior home improvements that you may want to make in the future. Another potential disadvantage of HOAs is the fees, which are often mandatory. HOA fees vary widely, but they are an additional expense on top of your mortgage payments and property tax. In some cases, HOA fees can be quite high, especially in the communities that has many amenities to maintain. Finally, homeowners in HOA communities may have less control over the maintenance and management of their own properties. The HOA board makes decisions about community maintenance, rules, and regulations, and residents may not always agree with these decisions. Most buyers know pretty quickly whether they are HOA okay or HOA no way. But seriously, now that we've discussed the pros and cons of living in a property with an HOA, let's move on to the next section where we'll talk about how to research HOAs before purchasing a property. Before purchasing a property with an HOA, it's important to do your research and make sure you're comfortable with the rules, regulations, and fees associated with the community. Here are some tips for researching an HOA before making your purchase. Check the HOA's financial statements. Reviewing the HOA's financial statements can give you an idea of how well the association is managed and whether the fees are being put to good use. You can also check for outstanding debts or liens that an HOA may have, which could affect your ability to secure a mortgage. Be sure you read the association bylaws and rules. The association bylaw and rules outline the community's guidelines and restrictions and can provide insight into what you expect as a homeowner. Pay attention to any rules that may be too restrictive for your lifestyle or any fines or penalties that may be imposed for breaking the rules in the future. Speak to current residents who already belong to the HOA. Talking to current residents of the community can provide valuable insight into what it's like to live there. Ask about their experience with the HOA, the quality of property maintenance, and any issues that they may have had with the association. Attend an HOA meeting. They're open to the public. Attending an HOA meeting can give you a firsthand look at how the association is managed and what issues are currently being discussed. It's also an opportunity to ask questions and get a better understanding of how that specific HOA operates. Research any pending lawsuits. Check to see if the HOA is involved in any pending lawsuits or legal disputes. These can be a red flag that there may be issues within the community or the association. Use technology as a way of learning more about a particular HOA or neighborhood by checking out their community website, Nextdoor page, or social media group and see how residents are engaging with the HOA representatives in those groups. By taking the time to research the HOA before purchasing a property, you can ensure that you're making an informed decision and are comfortable with the community's rules, regulations, and fees. In the next section, we'll talk about some common HOA fees and what they typically cover. When considering purchasing a property in a community with an HOA, it's important to look for certain things to ensure you're making a sound investment. Here are some factors to consider when evaluating an HOA. The association's history. Check the HOA's history to see how long it's been in operation and whether it has a track record of effective management. Research any major issues the HOA has faced in the past, such as lawsuits or financial problems. The quality of property maintenance. The level of maintenance in a community can affect your quality of life and the value of your investment. Look for well-manicured lawns, clean common areas, and well-maintained buildings and amenities. The responsiveness of the HOA board. The HOA board is responsible for managing the community, and its responsiveness to residents' concerns is a crucial factor to consider. Look for an HOA board that is proactive and responsive to residents' needs, and that is willing to work collaboratively with homeowners to resolve any issues that arise. The level of community involvement. A strong sense of community can enhance your quality of life and the value of your investment. Look for a community that fosters involvement and engagement among the residents with events and activities that bring people together. The HOA's communication practices. Effective communication is key to a well-managed community. Look for an HOA that communicates regularly and effectively with residents through newsletters, emails, and community meetings. By considering these factors, you'll get a better sense of whether a community with an HOA is the right fit for your particular lifestyle. In conclusion, HOAs can be a great way to maintain property values, ensure community standards, and provide shared amenities for residents. However, they also come with fees, rules, and regulations that may not be for everyone. If you're considering purchasing a property in a community with an HOA, it's important to do your research. Weigh the pros and cons and consider what's important to you in a community. Look for an HOA with a track record of effective management, well-maintained properties and amenities, a responsive board, and a sense of community, along with effective communication practices. Here at Barton Realty, we know how important it is for buyers to understand how a home with an HOA can affect their plans for the usage of the property in the future. Our experienced agents have worked with many HOAs in Central Indiana over the years and can help you navigate the complex world of HOAs to find the right community for you. Don't forget, whether you're looking to buy, sell, invest, or start a career in real estate, Barton Realty is the key to all your real estate needs. Contact us today to learn more about whether an HOA community would be a good choice for you and your needs. If you haven't already, give us a like and don't forget to subscribe to the Barton Realty YouTube channel for more great real estate content.